some came home from the hell ships. Just when the POWs thought it couldn't get any worse, they were liberated from their hell ships when Allied submarines sank their floating prisons. Pacific War veterans tell their stories of survival from Australia, the USA, the UK, Scotland and Japan. Cletus, what did the Japanese do about the prisoners whilst the ship was actually sinking?
They threw grenades down in this hole where we were trying to struggle to get out, and they shot people down in there. I don't know telling how many they killed. And the ship's horn was blowing all the time. Whoa, it never let up. The Australian people at that time, in point of time, and what relationship we had with them and knew about them and heard about them, that they were real fighters. The Australians were real fighters. They were tough and they wasn't afraid. Oh, it was tough. Australians, they're a bunch of good people down there.
Alastair actually visited the very submarine that torpedoed his prison ship 64 years ago to the day.
It was just sheer hell, and the ship was actually sinking. And I didn't come up a ladder. I found myself coming up with water, and I just started to swim.
He was reported missing first off, and then I think the later one was that he was prisoner of war. Well, he always says if I'd never been able to swim, I should never have got home. He never spoke about it. He never spoke about what happened. No. He might have told my sons, but he never said anything to me. A lot of them couldn't speak of what they'd been through. And, well, those of us at home had no idea what was going on. We didn't even know where the men were. So, but... It was just nice when he came home, and in my mind I could see him as the photograph he'd sent me, what he looked like, because we were only pen pals. And I said, well, I'll meet you on New Street Station. And I sat on a trolley thing, or standing on the trolley thing, looking for him to get off the train. And in my mind he was quite tall. And I thought, well, shall I know him? And eventually somebody tapped me on the shoulder. Are you looking for me? And, well, that was the start of our romance. It's strange. I wonder how many pen pals ended up getting married. Just brings back so many memories. So many, yeah.
And I find it a very moving story, both because of the horrors that the prisoners went through on the ship, the extraordinary cruelty of the Japanese who tried to lock them in the holds and make sure they all drowned, and the unbelievable courage of the fishermen from Droshan, who then set out under fire from the Japanese to rescue as many prisoners as they could. It was presented by Mr. Humu, who is the captain of the Green Eyebrow sailing boat, and it's a stone from Dongji, presented to Mrs. Jordan as a reminder both of the links with Dongji and her visits there.
Well, I can't put it into words. I can't put it into words. I don't know how to say. To know that so much is still going on, to remind people that there were so many that didn't make it. Fred didn't make it because he couldn't swim. So I lost a friend there. Oh, they went out of the way to make everything happy for us. They were so good, so kind. We never felt any uncomfort, any discomfort with anyone. We were just so surprised at all the things that we were doing for us. Yes, yes. It was, well, something I would never have thought I'd be doing. Never thought I'd go overseas. But we had such a lovely time. But we survived. We survived. But I wouldn't want it to go. I wouldn't want any of them to go through all that again. I really wouldn't. I just wish everybody would get on with one another. Whatever colour skin you've got, why can't everybody get on with one another and not fall out?
I hope that the world will remember, have a growing interest in remembering the courage of the Chinese fishermen in rescuing the prisoners, and also remembering the more than 800 who did not survive and still lie at the bottom of the sea off Dongji Island.
And I'm just grateful. Neither of my boys were in a situation where they can be called up now. When I had Alan, the first thing I said was, well, that's one for the war in 25 years' time. Thank God it didn't happen. So, yes. Yes, I'm very lucky, very lucky.
your reaction to me on the phone, you know, made me immediately made a decision to do a documentary.
My father was 7 years old when his dad died.
Yes.
He never had a grave.
Right.
He never had a grave to visit with his father's body or ashes.
Yeah.
You know, he had nothing. And
Right.
I just think it's cruel.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
put families through that. I mean, I was brought up to visit my grandfather's grave.
Yes.
Which I obviously was brought up by Dad told me all about him.
Yes.
And how much I loved him. And I would visit the grave often, and Poppy Days and Christmas. But that's not good enough.
Yes,
it's not
yes.
there. There's just a stone.
Right.
There's nothing there.
Right,
If you
yeah.
send a man to war, you should bring him home dead or alive.
Yeah.
This is his home.
My dearest M, it is a few months now since I wrote letting you know that I was quite fit and well, and I am pleased to say that I am still the same. I sincerely hope that yourself and the boys are enjoying the best of health and not worrying too much. We will be together again soon, I hope. All my love to yourself and the boys, and keep smiling. Ever your loving hubby, Charlie. Thank you.
For the Fallen by Lawrence Binyon. With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sings sorrow up into immortal spheres. There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. They mingle not with their laughing comrades again. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labour of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's foam. But where our desires are and our hopes profound, felt as a wellspring that is hidden from sight, to the innermost heart of their own land they are known, as the stars are known to the night. As the stars that shall be bright when we are dust, moving in marches upon the heavenly plain, as the stars that are starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.
I was sent in support of the Gurkhas to drive them out of there. And then the Japanese decided to transship us by sea to Japan.
Hell, the air was smelly and well, I just can't really describe it. It was like being in hell. If I can say I've been to hell, that's it, because you were down and I was down the bottom, and you were getting all the feces, sick, and God knows what down there. You were virtually swimming in it.
In the hold, there was a very, very loud explosion, a loud bang.
They just battened us down. They put the old canvas over and the boards and that and sealed it down. So we could not get out, and that was it, full stop. We were meant to drown. We'd found one chap who had a knife. How he got it in, I don't know, but at any rate, somebody got up and slit the canvas along and that eventually, so you could lift the board up.
On getting out from there, obviously there was a bit of a panic. Could see the vessel was not going to keep afloat, so personally, I made sure I'd get away from the vessel before it did sink.
After I got picked up off the Lisbon Maru, it was a naval, and he said, "You sit," and I sat there, and anyway, he came out with a bowl of green tea, I think a cigarette, and you know, that green tea is the best tea I ever tasted in my life, and that cigarette was a real lifesaver.